had it. Did you?
Dear true crime friends, we clutch our pearls and laugh again. We all gather round, Kathy has a story to tell, our favorite comedian. Heifer, please, I don't have the free time unless you got the scoop again. Here for the gossip, rumor, and innuendo. I will live for today until the endless heaven buffet takes me away.
Hey, good morning, true
Hi.
crime friends, y'all. I am a technological nightmare. I fully. Poor Fran was sitting here like, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I was like, no, I hear you fine. I had accidentally pressed the mute button on my speaker. And
It's okay.
yeah, I had her running off. Her pressure is up. I had her running from
No.
room to room in her house, changing out equipment. And wait, right as I had pressed live, and then I realized you were asking a question. Good morning, true crime friends. But hang on, we have to finish our backstage talk real quick. What was the
Oh,
question?
I was asking because on the vertical view, you have us
Yeah.
together, and initially you had us on top of each other.
Oh, let me look. Hang on. There's that
There you
view.
go.
That's the wide view,
That I like. Well, either way is
or the
good.
side by side.
It
So
doesn't.
if I have us on wide view where we're stacked,
Uh-huh.
then the live chat covers your face, covers part of your face.
Okay.
On the it's a whole thing. Yeah. Hi, welcome.
Welcome. Yes, thank you so much. I
Welcome,
appreciate it.
welcome, welcome. For those of you who don't know, first of all, I am Kathy from Gossip, Rumor, and Innuendo, head gossip in charge. And my dear, dear lifesaver and friend is the beautiful
Oh, thank
Francoise.
you. I'll take that. Thank you very much.
I don't know why you let people call you Fran, because Francoise is so gorgeous and fancy. I want to put my pinkies out every time I say it.
Thank
Francoise
you.
from Real Talk Bougie.
Why do they Fran is easy. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, it's easy. It doesn't require me spelling it. So I just had to embrace Fran over my life because,
Yeah.
Francoise is, are you French? How do you spell that? Isn't that a guy's name? Like all of the things.
Isn't that a guy's
Just a
name? That's
lot.
weird.
Well, if Francois is male and then Francoise is female. So if you put an E on the end, it
Oh,
makes it feminine. And, so it's a whole conversation my whole life. Fran is easy, breezy, and I
got
never
you.
really liked it, but it's one of those things where sometimes I feel like people give you nicknames because they like you. So I'm
Yes.
cool with it. You know what I mean? Like I know,
Okay.
you know what I mean? It's one of those, I know who I am, so call me whatever. Just call me. You know what I
Wait,
mean?
do you also speak French? I would imagine you speak French.
Oui, bien sûr que oui.
It's your is French your first language or no?
No, I was born in Englewood Hospital. My parents
Oh,
emigrated from Haiti in,
yes.
gosh, maybe it was 65, something like that.
Okay.
They went to Flushing, Queens, and from Flushing, Queens, they were still building Lincoln Hospital over by Yankee Stadium, and my dad was one
Wow.
of the first Black doctors to work in Lincoln Hospital. He worked at Harlem Hospital for maybe a year, and then went to Lincoln, and he was at Lincoln his whole career. And they
Wow.
ended up buying a house in Englewood, New Jersey, and that's where I was born, and I lived there. Well,
Okay.
we had that house up until maybe 8 years ago. We finally sold it.
Okay.
Mhm.
Nice.
I am a
Nice.
Jersey girl through and through.
Yes,
Um,
Bergen
yeah.
County in the house,
Mhm.
and I am a transplanted Jersey girl. I moved here 33 years ago, something like
Oh,
that.
wow. As I was making my exit, you were coming in. Yeah.
I was making my entrance child run away from a bad relationship. I was like, I know what Imma do. Imma move. And so I moved to New Jersey and then to Queens, Jackson Heights, and then back to Jersey
Okay.
after a decade in this city. Um, so welcome, 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 Bougie Gang. Listen, if you have not already, run, do not walk over to Real Talk Bougie,
Oh,
where
thank
our girl
you.
Francoise breaks down all the latest in all things true crime and all things Nesto and Shirley
Oh my
Strawberry.
God.
Get the latest, greatest on the whole Nesto saga. If you don't know, you better ask somebody because Sister
Okay, thank you.
Francoise knows everything.
I
But
love Shirley
today,
Strawberry. I
I love
love her.
Shirley
I really
Strawberry
do.
too. Ever since when she started on the Steve Harvey Morning Show, I was like, "Oh, who is this nice lady?" And she was everybody's internet auntie or radio auntie, giving all the best advice. And then we found out her whole life was raggedy, extra raggedy.
But I kind of I'm okay with that because you know what? Not that it's not aspirational by any means, but it
Right.
made her very human. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I
Yes.
feel like finding that out about her a few years ago, just like, oh wow, Shirley, interesting. You know what I mean? Like when I look at
Mhm.
black women in radio, like a Robin Quivers, I don't really know anything
Right.
about Robin Quivers other than I know that she's very wealthy and she's made a lot of money with Howard Stern. Other than that, we
Right.
don't really know a whole lot about her, which we really didn't know a whole lot about Shirley either. But
Mhm.
it humanized her, made her one of the girls because who hasn't had a
Yes.
horrible relationship? I would hope to never
Right.
have one in my late 60s and 70s, but it made her one of the girls. It made her relatable
Yes.
and shit happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah. To
You
find out
know,
her husband was locked up and it was on all the
baby,
logs, and I was like, "Wait, wait, 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 wait." Her husband is in jail and has a side chick, and you could get the jail phone
all
calls
of the
of Shirley
things.
Strawberry talking to her husband, giving him Bible verses, and he would immediately hang up and call the side chick
Oh my
and
God, he's
talk
a
reckless.
scoundrel.
Reckless. I was living for every single I remember exactly where I was when that scandal first broke. I was like, "What?" And that's how I found your channel. I was like, "I don't
Oh,
know who this Real Talk Bougie is. I don't understand the title of this channel." And then I was like, "Oh, it's Real Talk and she's bougie." And then you moved to
right.
New Jersey and I was like, "She's my
There it
people.
is.
She's my people. Okay.
Right.
Okay." But we have gathered here today to talk all things true crime.
Mhm.
Who is first on the menu? Oh wait, I also put up a question box in case people have questions in chat. There is a question box that says post your questions here so that they don't get lost if chat starts going crazy or whatever. I will be able to isolate just your questions. So who wait, not so dissimilar from Miss Shirley Strawberry. We had what was the lady's name? Um, oh, with the canker line on her head. What was her
Oh,
name?
Latasha Daniels.
Yes, Latasha. I don't remember anybody's name. Latasha Daniels was on trial a couple of weeks ago, and you and I both covered it. I was living for your coverage.
Oh,
You know, if
thank
I'm not,
you.
I mean, I don't live stream during the day. I just keep you on in the background. There's like a small handful of people that are the soundtrack to my day. And Miss Francoise and Real Talk Bougie are the soundtrack to my day, especially on the
Oh,
weekends.
thank you.
So that's when I get caught up. But I was like, wait, 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 wait. Latasha Daniels in Memphis, Tennessee? Where's she from?
Memphis. Yeah, we're from Little Rock, Arkansas, and the pastor ended up moving to Memphis. So the murder took place in Memphis, but they really were
Oh.
from Little Rock, Arkansas. Yeah. So
Okay, so
they
to get people caught up in case they don't know, this pastor, Brodus Perry, he was like an assistant minister. He wasn't the main minister in Memphis,
It
was
was
he?
it was quite a lot. It was one of those 6,000. You could say by most it
Oh,
wasn't mega like it's not Joel Olstein, but it's definitely a nice size large church, 6,000 known members, which could
wow.
be, you know what I mean, that could be 8,000 people who actually attend. Um and so yeah, he was one
Wow.
of probably the associate pastors or ministers, or I don't think he was just a minister. I think he was on staff getting paid. I think it was his full-time job. I
Okay.
don't know.
Wow.
Mhm.
So he was on staff and he was ministering to the congregation, and
Yes, he
he
was.
was ministering to some more than others. We only know about this one side chick, the one who pewed him up, but I
Mhm.
suspect that there were others, probably many others. And didn't some other ladies come out after this shooting to say, like, oh, I was his boo thing and I was also his boo thing?
Well, there were the girls from the group chat. So he had a group
Okay.
chat that he had because of that book that he was into, the ethical
Ethical
non-monogamy.
non-monogamy.
Right. So
Mhm.
he had that
Yeah.
he had a group chat, and I don't know that he was in relationship. He had a relationship of sorts, but I don't know that it was sexual, quote unquote. Um
Right.
but I would almost venture to guess Latasha wasn't the only one. Even if she was the only one, they carried on for over 2 years. And he said something about a threesome. I mean, it got very sordid. So we don't really know what was going on, just to be honest. You know what I mean?
And the threesome did not include his wife or his girlfriend. So he got 2 other assorted women out here in these streets to agree to dibble his kibbles and bits.
Can you believe
There are
it?
certain things that there are things about this story that blow my mind. Number 1, how did he get any women at all? He must have had a smooth pastor game, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
One of those like, "Let me put some scripture on you, and while I lay my nether regions upon you, while I wave Imma lay this holy staff upon you and bless
Oh
you
my
with it."
God. Yes. It
Mm-mm.
was something. It was some Can you hear me okay? Because I'm just not sure. Can you hear
Wait, let
me
me make
okay?
sure I didn't mute myself. I hear
No.
you fine.
Okay. Do I need to
I
hold
am
it
no
up
longer
like
muted.
this, or is it okay as it is?
Oh,
It's
it's
okay?
when you held it up, it was better, but, it
Oh,
was not
okay.
bad before.
Okay. I'll hold it like that. That's fine. I just wanted to be
Okay.
sure. Okay, good.
Yep. Yeah.
Um, he had
So
to have.
this
I mean, clearly he was interested in sex. Like, that's one thing that we do know. He had a
right.
fixation. Um, and he was quite, I mean, if he would have spent more time on doing other things rather than trying to figure out how to get Latasha or how to get women to cooperate with him to get his way, the man probably could have been more
Mm-mm.
successful. He had some sort of fascination with cigars, and he kind of started doing a little bit of a cigar page on Instagram and started to get a little bit of a following and somewhat of a community. And not to say,
Oh,
I mean, I don't know what it would have ever turned out to be, but at the end of the day, he had outside interests, and he had, some people who had the type of coin to pay for expensive cigars and expensive
right.
bourbons. So he was in like a professional set of gentlemen. And if he would have spent some time outside of trying to figure out how to screw, you know what I mean? It's just, it was such a waste of time, and really it was his own undoing. It ended up
Yeah.
killing him.
I mean, I don't know that many churches have a penis ministry, at least not a
No,
public penis ministry.
no, no.
Maybe they got like a side penis ministry, but that the rest not everybody knows about.
Mm-mm.
But sir. Listen, there are many, many ministers in my family. In fact, one was a minister of a famous megachurch, and I'm not gonna call the name of it or the city that it's
Mhm.
in because you know my heathen behind. I'm not trying to bring no shame upon the family or nothing like that, any more than my channel already brings. Not that they know about it, and if they watching it, then that's between them and the Lord. Because I'm doing my gossip ministry, and they doing they whatever kind of ministry. But
We gotta
anyway,
get the word
um,
out.
my very, very well-known pastor uncle had
Mhm,
what in its time was a mega church. I don't
mhm.
know how big that church is or isn't now, but people were really crazy about him and held him in high regard. And he is just knowing him personally is a good, decent, honest, hardworking man who had like a passion for teaching and preaching and spirituality. And honestly, it was a beautiful thing, right? I mean, I'm saying it like he's not here anymore. He's still alive.
Right,
It was a really beautiful thing. And he had outside interests, but his outside interests all sort of dovetailed with who he was as a person. Like, he also liked whittling. He also liked refinishing furniture. So he could talk to you about the Lord and teach you how to, reupholster a chair or something. His
Mhm.
outside interest did not include trying to find other women to screw that I know of. I
Right.
don't know because I don't live at his house, but I was like, mm-mm, hey, mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. Nasty,
It's too
nasty.
much. I mean, I think that look, I don't subscribe to, well, you're this and you must be perfect. I do. This is
Right.
what I think, as far as a pastor is concerned, or in leadership in general, you have to set the standard. And there
Yes.
is an expectation of decency, morals, and ethics. Now, that being
Yes.
said, there's a lot going on in people's marriages, and people have secrets, and people have perversions, or people have
Mhm.
all, as long, I don't want to, it's not my place to, the pastor really did himself in, and he knew what he was doing
Gosh.
was wrong. He knew what he was doing was wrong.
Absolutely.
And I think,
Absolutely.
um, and especially when you're in a leadership position, in a spiritual leader, I mean, he did it to himself. He really did.
Yeah.
He was not
Yeah.
up for his calling, and he put himself in harm's way, and he met the
Mhm.
fate that he put himself into position for. Outside of that, I don't really care what anybody's doing in the church. You know what I mean? I'm
Right.
focused on my own salvation, and whatever else anyone else is doing, that's their business. But when
Right.
you're in a leadership position, I mean, you're putting yourself under that type of scrutiny, so you have to deal with it. You know what I mean? So,
Absolutely. You can't put yourself out here like, "I am a leader in the community, I am a leader in the church," and you running Freakum Ministries
okay,
Incorporated,
exactly,
as
right,
as pointed out by Soul Power, the Outcast. I was just like, "Mm-mm, sir, that's not what you're supposed to be
right.
doing." But so for people who don't know the entire story, what happened with the case of Latasha, I keep wanting to say Latasha Perry, Latasha Daniels
You
and
wish.
Brodus Perry, right? Latasha and Brodus. Latasha had a baby when she was very young, and her father had been a minister, and so she was forced to marry this boy that she got pregnant by, which,
Mhm,
okay, that happens in families, fine. That marriage, she had, I believe, 2 sons. That marriage didn't work out, and so she married a second man, and that marriage was like a little bit rocky. She felt ignored, she felt set aside, she felt whatever. They tried counseling and it didn't work out, and so she went to the church for
mhm.
counseling, and Brodus, who was not a counselor, decided to counsel her with his nether regions. Um, and they began an affair. And she said she'd never been so happy in her life, but she knew she had to hide it. Ma'am, I don't I don't
Right.
see how those 2 things go together. Brodus was on also on his second marriage, and, found this book called Ethical Non-Monogamy, and so he says to his girlfriend, "Well, now you have a reading assignment," and she read the book and she was like, "Okay, I understand." Girl, how are you this compliant? But okay. Um, he gave it to the wife, and the wife was like, "Absolutely not."
Held to the no, yeah.
Right? So he starts having this affair with Natasha, and she's a therapist and an anger management specialist and a DV specialist, but she's spending all of her money on him. What?
Mm-mm-mm. A mess.
What? I can't. I can listen, cheap. I'll clip a coupon for every doggone thing. I will search for the best price, but this fool's gonna come along and be like, "I wanna join the cigar club, pay for the membership. I'm in financial trouble, pay for this, pay for that." What? What?
I think he was, clearly he was using her, but I also do think Latasha was being a little disingenuous by stating, she already knew Brodus from the ministry, because she was in the life
Right,
ministry with him. And then she
right.
wants to let him know she's getting a divorce. I think she was clearly attracted to him. She
Yep,
wanted to let him know in a sneaky way that she
yep.
was getting ready to be single, and that there were
Mhm.
problems at home, and he's sitting there. She thought it was weird because he had his hands in his pockets. So she confronts him. What? the audacity to confront a man you don't know and ask him, "Hey, when we were talking last time, I noticed you had your hands in your pants the whole time. Like, can you tell me what that's about?" There is nothing about that that is clearing the air. That's weird.
Mm,
And that's being
mm-mm.
very fast forward. And it's giving, you want some of this. And then
Yes.
before the end of the second meeting, they had already did it. She gave it
Mhm.
to him. And so one meeting, which was counseling, into the second meeting, you're having sex. Come on. She needs to stop telling that lie. That was the lie
Yeah.
her and her attorney came up with to try to make it a
Mhm.
little more palatable about how they got into a relationship and to make it again not her fault that she was dealing with this guy. But
Right.
you sought him out. He was your
Right.
ministry leader. You went to
Mhm.
him. He clearly was not qualified. You are a highly qualified, trained individual. You know that
Yep.
he was not qualified to help you. When he disclosed that he was being inappropriate in with his hands in his pants, you should have ran and never went
Right.
back. And
Right.
then you decide, "Oh, you know what? That's a good idea. Let's do this." Come on.
It's not like she doesn't know other therapists, you know what I mean? I
Right.
understand that there are people who have to get over the hump of, "Okay, I have to go to therapy," and I know very religious people who feel like that their faith, their religion, their prayer, their minister, whatever, like, they can fix every problem through, through a spiritual solution, right? I know a lot of people who believe that. That's not how I personally believe, but if that's what you're gonna do, okay, where, as a professional trained therapist, did you think, hmm, this married man and his parts in my parts are going to
Mhm.
help solve? She's like, I didn't think God could reach me. He could reach you though. And you'll never
Right.
convince me
Right.
the ladies down to the church wasn't like, mm-mm,
She
uh-uh.
liked him. I mean, I think she liked him. She
Yes.
wanted him.
Yes.
I think that was just a lie. It was a lie.
Yeah.
It was a
Yeah.
way to segue, like, how did you 2 get involved again?
Yep. Yeah. The church mothers, all the church mothers was looking askance from day one, like, mm-mm,
And she's
mm-mm,
proud of
mm-mm.
that story too. She wanted us to know. She wanted to get her moment to
Yep.
like sound like, "Oh yeah, I'm in a relationship with him," because she didn't have to tell us that she slept with him on the second time going to
At
him
all.
coming to her office. She didn't have to tell us that she had sex with him in her office and that she was making lunch. She probably wanted Tabitha to know just one final kind of like, "Oh, and Tabitha, guess what? All that time this was." Meanwhile, what we didn't tell you yet is, if you didn't hear this story, she was actually meeting his wife for tennis on a regular
Oh,
basis. Like, I have a friend that, over the summer I was meeting for tennis. That involves like, "Hey, you want to, well, pickleball. You want to do pickleball this week? Okay, we're doing Saturday, we're
right,
doing Sunday. What time? After pickleball, you go have a little eat, go eat some lunch, go to Panera, go to First Watch. You know what I'm saying? Get a coffee. Like, a friendship,
right,
right? How
right.
in the world are you carrying on with this man's wife, going and playing tennis? You know what I mean? Like, going
Yeah.
and having a meal, probably coffee, whatever, and then you're out here
Chit chat.
sleeping with this lady's husband. Like,
Mm-mm,
literally playing in her
mm-mm.
face. She's lucky she didn't end up dead.
Honest to goodness, because let that have been me. Now listen, if this was me, first of all, I do not believe in self-snitching, number 1. Number 2,
Okay.
I'm a nonviolent person, but, reportedly,
That's on
allegedly,
New
I
Jersey. No set. We don't. That's a New Jersey state law. It is no self snitching.
girl,
You'll tell
but
nothing.
there would have been caps popped in many, many asses, and it
Okay.
would have started
Girl,
with
cement
him.
shoes. Okay.
With him. We woulda took a little field trip to the Pine Barrens. He got
Okay.
lost in the Pine Barrens.
Absolutely.
I don't know what happened.
Heard of
Him
the
and Jimmy Hoffa,
Meadowlands, right? Okay.
that's even closer than the Pine Barrens.
Girl,
Him
right
and
there
Jimmy
behind the
Hoffa would have been
stadium.
neighbors.
Mhm.
Mm-mm. And some cement. Mm-mm. Nope, 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 nope. No way in this world. No way in this world. Because I feel just like it's one thing if you're gonna have an affair with this man, right? Then to go make friends with his wife, to be all up in the wife's
Dirty.
face.
That's dirty.
and then she started a nonprofit organization to help underserved young ladies, and
Mhm.
in this nonprofit organization, she had Brodus on the board of her nonprofit. Girl, please. Mm-mm. And was she spreading it out? Were there other people from the church that were on this board, or was it just the 2 of y'all were on? Mm-mm.
They probably had other church people because they were using the other church people to kind of use them as covers because she said there
Yeah,
always had to be a third party. So
yeah.
they were probably using people.
There's something really sadistic about that though, you know? Something about like, I'm smarter than you. Imma play in everybody's face. No, ma'am.
Mhm.
No,
"What are you
ma'am.
making for dinner
And
tonight?" "What are you making
mm,
for dinner?" Kinda thing. Like, it's just the double-handedness of it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the main minister at the church, at the original church that they were at in Little
Mhm.
Rock, knew about their relationship, knew
Yes.
about their
Yes.
affair, but Brodus was having workplace issues. He was not getting along well with his colleagues. I would love to hello, colleagues of Brodus Perry,
Right.
please
Okay.
reach out.
Right,
Because
let
look,
us
last
know.
night I pulled a Francoise. I was
What?
on live
What's that? What
stream.
is that?
Wait, wait. I was on live stream testing out my equipment after I finally
Uh-huh.
got it working again last
Yes.
night.
Uh-huh.
I'm testing out my equipment. I was like, let me just do this quick little live to make sure everything's once I got all the buttons set, let me
Uh-huh.
make sure everything is cool. And I was talking about the lawyer in, the Devin Michaels case,
Oh,
and I was
yes.
like, "He's such a show pony. I bet he would be willing to come on my channel." So I pulled him up and I sent him an email. "Dear show pony, I mean, dear attorney, whatever his name is, I saw your work in the Devin Michaels case, and
What about the
also."
Bob Tillis? He was Bob Tillis's lawyer
Yes!
too.
That's what I said. Also, in the
Okay.
Robert Tellis matter, I would really appreciate you coming on my channel. I have been on your live stream when you was calling bail bondsmen to get
Mhm.
additional information, all professional, like, "Hi, I just have a question." I was just like, "Uh-huh." I learned
I
that trick
hope he
from you,
comes
madame.
on. He reminds me of the attorney guy from I think his name was Josh McGill. No,
Josh
it
McGill.
was no,
With the
Josh
K.
Hamlin. Josh Hamlin. No, from Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad and Better Call
Oh, yes.
Saul. Remember the
Yes,
guy
yes.
from Hamlin McGill?
Absolutely.
The douchebag lawyer.
Absolutely.
Didn't he just reminds me of an
Yes.
older version of him. If you
Yes.
any of my Breaking Bad,
Oh,
Better
yes,
Call Saul
I
people.
loved Breaking Bad, and the way
Mhm.
he kept turning around to look at the camera, he was
Oh
like, "Do
my
you have my good
god.
side?
Yes,
Mr.
yes,
DeMille, I'm ready for
yes.
my
Do I
close-up."
need any
That
more
boy
hair
did
gel?
he and every day his suit matched his hair,
Mhm.
he finally switched to a darker suit, and I was like, "Oh, the darker suit washes him out less and makes his hair a little more sandy." I was like, "Okay, show pony, come through." He every time I saw him, it reminded
Mhm.
me of the white My Little Pony with, like, the
Yes.
splash of pink hair, like, I
Which
don't know
pony
any of
was
the my
that?
I don't
Um,
know. I found it on the internet someplace. Wait, let me see if I can find it and pull it up
I
because
used to
I
know
was
all
just
of
like,
those ponies. That was Farrah's thing. Were
"Really?
the yes, they're still around here
Oh
somewhere.
gosh." He has his own action figure, he doesn't
I
even
didn't
know it.
like
It
him.
looks like a straight show
I
pony.
wouldn't say I didn't like him per se, but I'm gonna be honest. I did not enjoy the Devin Michaels case as much. It was interesting, and I pretty much stayed engaged, but I was about 75, 80% engaged. So I would
Mm,
have like one ear in, and then I would be like doing other stuff. I was listening. Latasha Daniels, I was sitting at my desk all day. Devin Michaels,
really?
I was very it was distracted. I felt like it went too long,
It definitely went too
and,
long.
the decapitation was a bit unsettling. So a
Yeah,
lot of the decapitation talk was a lot,
yeah.
and it was one too many police detectives. I just felt like
Oh
y'all
my
have
god.
proved your case like 50 times already. Like,
Yeah,
and she already confessed. What is the
yeah.
problem? She confessed. And
Wait.
you were using the confession That was him. That's him right there.
Yeah, that's him. She looked like Raggedy Ann, and here he is, Mr. Show Pony with the hair all spiked up, child. I was just like, "Mm-mm, he's team too much. Team too
Way
much."
too much. Yes. But yeah, the Devin Michaels, I don't know if it was because she was a porn star previously. I don't know if it was because she looked so dirty and trashy. I felt like Latasha Daniels could be anybody. You know what I mean? Um,
Yeah,
she was
she
very
was
much of
relatable.
she was relatable. So most, I think, professional women across the board, I think that's why it kind of
Mhm.
started to get viral because it was an affair. People love an
Yes,
affair. They love
yes,
and hate an affair at the same time. She was a professional woman.
absolutely.
She, she had the very strange Jodi Arias wig, and you know what I mean. And maybe her
Child.
locks were not ready for prime time, but I don't know. To me, as a black woman, sometimes you just got to embrace what's going on with the head at the time. Like our hair is.
Mhm.
I feel like as I grew up, I had to realize everything is not going to be perfect, including our
Right,
hair. Okay,
right.
enter the wig. I get it. But also sometimes it is okay to be yourself. And if your
Yes,
hair is not perfect, it's not perfect. It's okay. You know
right,
what I'm saying?
right.
Um, I feel like, okay, she wanted to give a particular look, and that's fine. She did that. She came across as a very, as an educated woman, professional.
Mhm, mhm.
And I feel like when she testified in the pink, she was trying to come off soft and demure.
Yep,
On the final day, she had on her blue power suit type with her
yep.
hair in a bun and all of the
Bun hair
things.
was good. The hair all pulled back
It was better.
was good.
Mhm. And
But when she
then,
had it all just out, I was like, "Who put that cat on that
baby,
lady's
it
head?"
was awful. Yes, it was awful. But I feel like they did a good job at helping her be very
Mhm.
relatable, um,
Yeah.
and not too extra. Um, and it caught a lot of people's interest, you know?
All social workers were up in arms, though, over her. They were like, "No, no, 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 no. This is not what social
Yes,
workers
yes, yes,
do."
yes, yes. It happens though. There's doctors,
Yeah.
lawyers, judges, police officers. Everybody is giving up the boots. Everybody is not ethical
Right.
about it. People are cheating. People are killing. People are like, we have to realize, no, like, I'm sorry, social workers of America. At the end of the day, some of y'all are foul. And this is one of them
Oh,
on just,
'cause they're
did I
human
say
beings.
that? Oh my God. Y'all are not perfect. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay. I mean, it's a wake up call. People need sometimes
Yes.
a little good dose of, and this can happen to you, and you better
Right,
watch your back type of thing. That's something
right.
that's good. You can't get too comfortable
Comfortable and high
with,
and mighty and all the things.
absolutely, no, you cannot.
Yeah, it's funny because social workers were reaching out to me saying, "No, no, 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 not all social workers." The
Well,
ethical non-monogamy
obviously,
community was reaching
right.
out to me like, "No, that's not how you supposed to get down." I was like, "Oh,
Oh
even
yeah, I saw that
even
last week. You guys were having like a little
oh my
TED talk
god."
type of thing.
I was like, "Tell me," when she reached out to me, like, I get a ton of email. You know how it is. You just end up getting a ton of email. I happened to be sitting at work and I looked down at my phone right as her email popped up like, "Hey girl, hey, I'm a part of the ethical non-monogamy community and I have things to say." And I was like, couldn't type back fast enough. I was
Mhm.
like, "Yes, girl, come on." She's like, "I know sometimes you do a phone a friend." She gave a long explanation. 2 words in, I was like, "What day are you available? Are you available on
Right,
Saturday?
let's
Or
talk.
are you
Let's do
available on
this on
Sunday?"
live.
Yes, yes. And, she the Samantha who came on is still in her PhD program, and so somebody from her PhD program, her supervisor, her whatever, saw it, and they have posted that interview to their site, and I'm like, "Look at me. I'm over here with learned people and scholars."
Okay,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, look,
But I
I'm gonna just say this. I feel like people have a right to do what they want to do. I always put the
absolutely.
asterisks as long as it's not including children, and also,
Yes.
people have a right to say
Grown.
no. Um,
Consensual. Yeah,
right, consensual, of age. But I also have a right to say I'm not interested in knowing anything about it, or I don't really
yeah,
care. You know what I mean? And don't feel
yeah,
away because I don't want to know, or I don't care to know, or
right.
any of those things. Like I'm cool. Yeah, I'm cool about it.
Everything
You know
is
what I
not for
mean?
everybody. Every case is not for everybody. Now, the
I mean, I
case
know
that was
people
in
out there
your
freaking off. I don't need to know all
yeah,
the details.
of course, right.
Right. Have a good time.
Save your Polaroids for somebody who's not me. I
Right.
don't
Right.
mm-mm. The case that happened in your neck of the woods, I was like, "Miss
Oh.
Francoise will be the expert on the Brené versus
The
Akira
Brene
case."
Kennard and Akira
Yes.
Montague. These names, are they not okay? We're having a little someone just turned 2 yesterday. Lambo. Let
Ah,
me just give
happy
Lambo a quick
birthday,
shout out.
Lambo.
Lambo turned 2 yesterday.
Wait,
Um,
can he come on the camera? Will he come up?
Lamb, come here. And then he actually
Sweet
came. Come here. Come here.
little
Come on.
Lambo.
Come on. Come here. If he wanted to go out, it would be a whole different story. Come here, Lammy.
Wait, now my dog is like,
I don't know
"Wait,
if you
there are
can
other
see him.
dogs?" Wait, now Holly. Oh, Lambo, happy birthday, Lambo.
Oh, they
Holly
look
says
like
happy birthday.
twinsies.
Yes, Holly is like, "Happy birthday." When I started making doggy noises, she's like, "I'm sorry, are you talking to me?" She's a mess. The
You
wash
lick
and
my
wagon is coming
face. Oh.
tomorrow.
Oh, really? You have a like a home groomer?
Yeah, the wash and wagon
Nice.
people. It's like a
Oh,
it's a
you.
converted RV. I just open my front door and the dogs run out and they run into his RV.
Oh,
And then
nice.
when he's done, he calls me and he says, "I'm done." And I open the front door and then the dogs run from his RV up the
Hmm.
sidewalk back into the house. It's the easiest thing in the world. I love it. So
So
in Bergen
Portia,
County, reach out to Mark from the
oh,
wash and wagon. Go ahead, Portia. What?
Portia has his bone. Can you please help me with them? Portia is sitting there with his bone. Just grab the camera. You. No one's gonna. Sorry about this, guys. Okay. Can you hear him barking? Oh,
No.
okay. Well, then I'm just gonna ignore it. Okay. So the washing wagon pulls up and then gets the dogs.
Yes, the washer. He just texts me and says, "Kathy, I'm here." And he opens the side of his van, and I open my front door. And he called. Well, Daisy will go because she'll go with anybody, but I have to kind of talk Holly into it.
Really? Oh my god.
Yeah, but they run from the front door and they just run up into
Right into the
his
wagon.
converted van.
Oh, nice. I've seen
And
that. I've seen there's like some people that do that, but I just bring them right to the groomer.
I mean, I a lot of time I have a grooming table here, and so I groom them most of the time myself. But particularly for winter or like a couple of times a year, I want to make sure they're professionally groomed to express the anal glands and get deep,
Right.
deep in the ears. And I can get the nails short on the white dog, but on the younger dog, on the older dog, she's got black nails, and I'm afraid to like I cut her to the quick, so I'm like, "Ugh."
Yeah, that's Portia. Portia has dark nails. She's a Dotson. Is yours a Dotson?
No,
Okay.
both Yorkie mixes. One's a Yorkie poo, and the other's a Yorkie,
Yorkie Doodle.
Escapoo. She's an
Oh,
Escapoo,
nice.
American
Okay.
Eskimo and Poodle, and a Yorkie poo.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Okay. But
yeah,
yeah, what happened with that? So, I guess this happened like a week or so ago. The TikToker Brene Kennard.
yes,
As it turns out, Brene and Akira, I guess, are like cousins-in-law. Both were
they are.
married to cousins, and somehow, Akira's husband, I guess, was managing or is managing Brene, and Brene was very vocal about wanting Akira's husband. I don't know how she became so fixated with him, how she fell out of love with her husband. Her and her husband are currently in divorce. If you want a key, go to the North Carolina e-portal and look up the divorce. and look up the lawsuit. Some of the documents that are on file are absolutely hilarious, but I didn't really have a
Really?
time. I didn't have any time to read anything to my audience in the past 2 weeks because it was Latasha and Devin. So I was tied up with these trials and being live for 5, 6, 8 hours a day. I don't want to,
Exhausting.
I can't like, but mentally, even just moderating, and I mean moderating from just observing, making sure my live doesn't
Mhm.
go down, paying attention so I can actually talk to the audience about what's going on or what do I think.
Yeah.
Um, it's I'm done after that. I'm never live for 8 hours. So after I
Yeah.
do an 8 hour day,
You're
just being
like,
on
"Oh,
live,
forget it."
yeah, it's a lot. So, but yeah, the documents are hilarious. The initial lawsuit had like 97 reasons why they felt that Brene intentionally attacked Akira's marriage. And one of
Oh
the
my
things
god.
I can recall, I think I had it, I have it on my other computer. One of the things was intentionally wearing short skirts. Like, and some of the things to some people might seem a little like, are you serious? Because it's 2025, but
Right.
you have to show that this person came for your marriage
Right.
and somebody, you know, intentionally dressing a certain way or enticing is is part of the evidence or the information that they needed to support the grounds to have a successful lawsuit, which
Right.
ultimately they did. But yeah, it's one of the top three settlements. Now, I don't know if they're going to appeal it, if that's going to stick, but because
Oh
I don't
my
know
god.
if she even has the means to pay $1.75 million. I don't know.
I would guess no, but reportedly,
Mhm.
allegedly, Brene and Tim dated in the past.
Mhm.
They dated in high school, broke up and went their separate
Mhm.
ways
Okay.
and married other people. And so I guess Brene was like, I can't get Tim. I'm gonna marry his cousin. But they were couple friends, right? Like the two guys were cousins and were close. And so everybody would hang out and everybody was having a good time until Brene decided, you know what? I would love to get back
I want
together
that
with
old
Tim,
thing. Mhm.
right? And then moved into
Can we
moved
can we
into
do
the
wife swap?
home.
Like that
Right?
show Wife Swap?
That's what she was trying to do, but the thing that really blew my mind was she said to her friends, her couple friends, "Okay, yeah, Imma move in and stay with y'all till I get on my feet because Tim is
Mhm.
because my husband is not treating me right." And when she moved in, she was dirty and nasty and leaving food packages all over and wearing
Mm.
short skirts. But Akira said she kept finding teeth all over the house.
What does that
What?
mean?
I don't know, but I was like,
Girl, baby.
Teeth, teeth, not tea bags, teeth. She kept
Actual
finding this
dental.
girl's actual teeth
Her teeth are
all
falling.
over the house.
Well, I mean, I'm not making any, no, I'm far be it from me to body shame, fat shame, anything like that, even though the jeers, all you have to do to go is go to TikTok. When this lady was exiting the courtroom, people were saying all kinds of fat nasties
Mm,
and all kinds of mean stuff. But this lady may not be in good health, and some people do suffer from conditions where they randomly lose teeth. So it's quite possible. I mean, thank you, God. I don't suffer from
I've
that. But
never
yeah, I mean,
wow.
she could have bad gums. I mean, she could just have bad teeth altogether. But
Oh my
um,
god. That's
she's,
crazy. But
yeah,
wait,
there's
there's
people.
more.
Oh,
Brene
God.
has a twin sister.
I
Her
know. Oh, my
her twin sister, I believe her twin sister had weight loss surgery or somehow lost
God.
a
Hmm.
great deal of weight.
Okay.
Um, in addition to losing so she looks like skinny Brene. I mean, she still is
Hmm.
very heavy busted, just like Brene. But they look a lot alike. Her sister, I believe her sister's name is Karen, has a baby with Tim.
Yes, I heard
Allegedly.
that they slept together. I did not know that.
Allegedly.
This is
Yeah.
disgusting.
And the babe now, the sister Karen is I don't know if she's married or partnered with somebody else, but she's very much involved with another man, had has one baby with her boyfriend and then had a baby a year ago, a year and a half ago, and
Randomly.
everybody was like, "How come your baby looks exactly like Tim?" And they were saying, "Get a DNA test." And she's like, "I don't need a DNA test. Everybody knows who my baby's father is." And then people started putting up pictures of Karen's baby and
Girl.
Tim, girls like twins.
The good old
It's
social
like
media DNA
twins.
test. Yeah, I do those
Child.
on Love Lies and Lace Fronts all the time. We do we
Right?
do our social media DNA test. Look, they sound like some prime candidates for my other channel because that's some mess over there. That's crazy. And they're all on social media, right? I think the
Yes.
sister has a channel too. Yeah, she might
Yep.
she might be
They
a
all
good
have TikTok
add-on for my other
channels.
channel because we need to talk about
Please,
that.
please tell us about, for those who don't know, yes, Miss Francoise has another channel called Love, Lies, and Lace Fronts. Please tell us about Love,
Yes.
Lies, and Lace Fronts.
It's where we do reactions, reviews, and commentary on the YouTube channels and social media you love to watch. So, like reaction
Yes.
videos. I mean, we talk about life. I'm not going to say it's it's similar to Real Talk Bougie, but Real Talk Bougie is definitely real life news stories, court cases, what's going on in, interesting trials, things like that.
Mhm.
Specific to Love Lies and Lace Fronts, it's social media. It's definitely YouTube primarily, but Instagram and TikTok get in there. So if there's a particular content creator, doesn't have to be anybody special. If there's just something going on a particular YouTube channel, there's a particular storyline that's interesting, or something went viral, or something that we just want to talk about, that's where that content lives.
I don't know any of the mommies
Mhm.
from Love, Lies, and Lace Fronts, but if I cannot find anything else that is interesting to me to watch, I'm
Oh,
like, "Let me just jump over to Love, Lies, and Lace Fronts and see what is happening," and it's always some foolishness. I sat there one day and watched a girl talk about her new house, and she's painting this and that, and then she got a chicken coop. I don't know who any
oh
of
my
these people
God,
are.
Keisha.
I don't know
She's
nobody's
a
name, and
she's a
I
long
was like, "Well, why
overdue
can't
YouTuber. Girl, she's been around for a long time,
but
so
why
people
she
like to
got
get that.
chickens?" I don't
They
understand.
decided all of a sudden they want a homestead. I mean, and I don't know if it's they decided they wanted to homestead because they wanted to homestead, or they realized like that's good content. We're buying a new house. We've got 4 or 5 acres. Let's put a chicken coop. Let's get a couple of Nigerian goats and
I haven't seen the goats.
yeah, goats, chickens, try and do a farm. Like they're trying to do a homestead, but
Oh
it's
my
just
god.
not really working. But it's funny watching. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
funny. And it's silly. Look, I think there's a community obviously of people on YouTube across the board, not just at my channel, who enjoy cracking on YouTube videos. You know what I mean? Like it's
Yes,
just
yes.
some it's just that's just what it is. And sometimes it evolves into just some life chat. You know what I mean? At the end of the day,
It's so
it
funny.
just kind of evolves into kind of mom life chat type stuff. But yeah, there's just YouTube is funny. I think
YouTube
anyone
is
who's
wild.
YouTube is wild, and I think the when you can enjoy it and not take it too seriously, you can find
Mhm.
it is fun. But I think the people that take it way too seriously,
Right.
it's a little bit too much for them, a little serious. Um, I take it
Wait,
very light.
Sheila G says, "Nigerian goats, twins, and teeth on the floor. Where else?
Okay,
Where else can you get this except right here? No
okay.
lies detected." Well, several people have found the question box because there's a bunch of questions over here.
Wow, let's get them.
Okay. Now, just keep in mind because the question box is separate on my YouTube channel, I can't make them pop up on the bottom of the screen, but they all seem to be pretty short, so I'll read them.
Mhm.
Hey, Kathy. Hey, girl. Wait. Hey, Kathy. Hey, girl. What is your P.O. box address? My P.O. box address will be in the description box of this video. It is in the description box of every public video. I don't know it off the top of my head. Well, wait.
Okay.
Gossip, rumor, and innuendo.
Mhm.
33 East Midland Avenue, P.O.
Oh,
Box 313, Paramus, New
I was about to
Jersey.
say that's giving Paramus.
Yes, ma'am, Paramus. I love Paramus, New Jersey. Um, I don't remember the zip code. Oh, 6840, something like that. It's in the description box of this video. I will put it in the description box of this video. But yeah, it's on Midland Avenue in Paramus. Let's see. Can y'all talk about the lady who was calling churches to see if they would help with baby formula?
I
I
don't know
know
anything about it.
a little bit about this story. I know a lady was calling around to different churches seeing if she could get help with baby formula, and most of the churches said no. And I don't know if that's a scandal or why that's a scandal or how that works. My understanding of churches and their giving is that you can't just call, you have to like show up in person or be a known member of that
Mhm.
church community. I don't think you can just call a random church and be like, "Hey, give me stuff." I think you have to be a member of the community
Well,
or
what happened? What happened? They denied her?
yeah. Of like the 30 churches that she called, only, a handful said
Why
yes.
didn't she go to the hospital?
Girl,
Because
unclear.
really and truly,
Unclear.
formula is not just a I mean, it's a main source of food, and also they have plenty of formula at hospitals. And
Yeah,
if your baby
yeah,
is on formula, you're not breastfeeding, she probably would have done better just going to the emergency room and saying, "I'm out of
right.
formula. I don't have any money, and I need formula to feed this baby." And they probably would have gave her a couple of containers and called a social
Yeah.
worker.
Yeah, and got her hooked up for services along the line. My experience, I mean, like I said, I grew up in church, but the denomination that I went to was very small churches. And so if there were members in need, then you could go and have a private
Oh, they're
conversation with the
saying it was a
pastor.
social experiment. Wasn't
Ah,
real. The person told the
yeah.
churches. So they wanted to just
Wait.
try. They look, I get look, I know it's Sunday, right? So I'm gonna just say
Mhm.
this. People want to pull that Christian card so bad and try to make people look not Christian, not helpful, not giving. Isn't this supposed to be a church? They may not have formula. Like you said, they
Right,
may have certain guidelines. They may give to members only. Maybe you have to show up. Like it's just always trying to pull and make I have social experiment. Why? What was it that they were
right,
trying to prove? That the church is
right.
flawed? Duh.
Yeah. I don't
We
it's a
already
weird thing
know.
to
We
me.
knew that yesterday.
All the churches that I grew up in, you had to be a member of that church. And if you go to like the big mega churches or whatever, if it's
Mhm.
a huge church, they usually have a division for that. You can't just make
Right.
a phone call. Even the LDS who have like big storehouses of stuff, you got to go sit down and talk to the bishop. Like
Mhm.
I don't understand. Okay. Next question. Do you think Wendy A will be arrested? Ooh, do you think Wendy Adelson will be arrested?
I'm gonna be honest. I almost feel like there's a little fatigue. I'm sure Georgia Cappleman is exhausted.
Yeah.
I almost feel like the people of Tallahassee could be potentially exhausted.
Mhm.
If she's a criminal, if in fact they feel she's unindicted co-conspirator, obviously she's going to be arrested. If they
Right.
truly feel that she was the mastermind or involved with her mother in putting out this hit on her husband, yes, she will be arrested. But I do think that this has been it's a long time coming, like a decade. All
Yeah.
of these prosecutions, they've spent a lot of money. Um, I don't have a judgment on it one way or the other, but there are people in
Yeah.
Tallahassee who probably have relatives that are victims, and they haven't
Mhm.
gotten far as much money, far as much attention, far
Mm.
as much of the best prosecutor in town litigating their case. So sometimes people might feel like, what do I have to do to get some justice for my person who was murdered?
Right.
I do think that Dan Markel deserves justice. The hitmen are in prison. Donna's in prison. Charlie's in prison. I do think Donna's coming soon. Or Wendy. I think Wendy's coming soon. I just
Mhm.
think that I don't know if they should give it more of a break because a lot of these people, as we saw, no offense to anybody, any of our seniors, because I'll be one too one day.
Mhm.
Nobody's getting any younger in this case. There's a lot of
Yeah.
seniors in this case, and time is of the essence. So I think there might be a little Adelson fatigue, but they probably need to pick up the pace because some of these witnesses, very important witnesses, are not going to be around. The
For
neighbor,
sure.
yeah, I wish him a long life. What, I wish him 120 years.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, memories start to fade.
Yep.
I don't feel like the testimony was as crispy in this trial as it was in Charlie's,
Mhm.
as it was in others. It's starting to, once you tell a story so many times, it starts to get very diluted. Like they need to pick up the pace, but they probably also can't put on Tallahassee another trial so quickly because again, this
Yeah.
is going to be like what, number 5, number 6,
Yeah. Number
you
6, I
know.
think. But it's not what they know or what they think, it's what they can prove. Do they have the goods? Georgia Cappleman in that prosecutor's office doesn't wanna go after Wendy Adelson and not have all their ducks in a row and
Mhm.
get her locked up. If they can't get that conviction, if they can't solidify every single thing, I don't think they'll even go after her. Plus, you think she's not tortured already enough? With everything happening with her family or whatever, and those boys will come of age soon enough, and when they're little, you
Mhm.
can control their minds and what they think and whatever. Look, they might both immigrate to Canada and go move and live with them, live with the other grandparents and cousins and whatever. Who even knows? I
It's
mean, you see that
sad.
the one son, Rob, is the rebel of the family. Who knows how Wendy is raising those kids? And who will be Team Wendy and who will be who will one or both of those boys might be the Rob in that family. Who
Mhm.
knows?
It's very sad.
Yeah,
Those kids might just have each other, you know?
yeah,
They
yeah,
may end up just with each other, so we don't really know what's gonna happen. I think Wendy'll get it if they can give it to her, you know? I think
yeah,
there's a lot
I
of,
agree.
there's a whole community of people who want her arrested today.
Mhm. I
I
mean, I
just
would love it for the clicks and the views, I'm not gonna lie. It would be
Right.
listen, it would be amazing, but in terms of, like, what they can actually prove, I don't know.
They need to
Wait,
catch her on the phone. They need
for
to
sure.
they need to catch her talking, and I'm sure she's
Mhm.
probably very paranoid about them
Oh,
continuing
yeah.
to monitor her.
Absolutely. Wait, Misdemeanor OG says the boys might go to Israel and become kosher Orthodox. Happens all the time. Listen, I have plenty of friends who are like, okay, we're Jewish light, we're diet Jewish,
Mhm,
but they have friends. I mean, they have kids who are like, nope, I want to be extra strength Jewish. So
mhm.
who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Did y'all see the dead poodle on Melody's mom, Ashley? Oh, Melody Buzzard, Ashley Buzzard. She
Oh,
was wearing a
no.
wig. She put a wig on her daughter's
Oh,
head.
bad wigs, yes.
Eesh, eesh. Save the cankalan. I don't know what was happening over there. Bougie, I am new to you and brought wait, I am new to you and brought to you my Miss Kathy. Oh, bye, Miss Kathy. What is the name of your channel, gorgeous lady?
Real Talk Bougie. I don't know if it's linked. Maybe if
It
Kathy, if you
is.
could oh, okay,
Your
you got
channel's
it with
linked.
that?
Mhm,
Okay, so yeah,
mhm.
just click on the link up there, but just type in all together Real Talk Bougie and it'll come up.
Yep, and I will also, when I do the description of this video after the live finishes, I will put it there as
Thank you,
well.
Kathy.
What is your birthday, Kathy? Love your guess. My birthday is June the 27th. I'm a
Oh
Cancer.
my god, I think
Um,
we've talked about this before. That's my sister's birthday.
really? I did
Yeah,
not know that.
my
I
younger
did
sister
not know that.
Colette. Yeah.
Really? I
Yes,
know so many people who have the same birthday as me.
June
I know a
27.
ton of people
Mhm.
who have June 27th. This is the thing in my family. I have a niece who's June 26th. I'm June 27th. My father was June 28th. I have a sister who's June 29th and a cousin who's June 30th. It's
Wow.
crazy. Yeah,
Farrah
I
is
never
July
party by
28.
myself. Oh, wow, oh, wow, just a month later, a little bit more than a
Mhm.
month later.
Mhm.
One of my sisters is July 15th. It's just like
Mhm.
it's a whole bunch of birthdays. It's a very birthday
Nice.
time of year. Kathy, did we ever get a family drama update from a while back with the funeral and that lady having something? Y'all.
Oh, the family member that wasn't a family member funeral.
Um,
Was that
I
the
broke
one?
down. Yes, yes. I broke down the whole family funeral situation on my other channel. I too have another channel called Confessions of a Neighborhood Gossip. On Confessions of a Neighborhood Gossip, I take real stories from my life, from my family members, from my neighbors, whatever, and lightly fictionalize them to protect the innocent and the guilty. And I tell those stories on Confessions of a Neighborhood Gossip. Some of them are so lightly fictionalized that I'm nervous that the people that they are about is going to be
Are
like, I
coming,
know this
yeah.
person is not talking about me. If you're a member on Confessions of a Neighborhood Gossip, then I tell the real story. So the stories are entertaining. They are true as I can make them without getting kicked out of Thanksgiving. Because that's where I get the best stories.
But,
Pretty soon,
I
I
love telling a
Thanksgiving is
good
Sunday.
family story, but I'll
Oh,
just say, okay, let me tell you guys something. I'm just not gonna say any names. That's how I try to cover. I'm like, I'm not saying any names, but this happened.
some of my
That's
family members know I have, 2 channels and some don't. Most of them just ignore me, praise
Mhm.
God. But then you never know who's watching in the bushes, and I will forget I told that story about you. Y'all, last year I don't remember if it was Christmas or Thanksgiving, I heard about a relative, I think it was Christmas, whose wife had passed, and, that he found her passed out on the floor and called 911, and 911 is like, "Oh, we're gonna this is how you give CPR," and he said, "No, thank you."
Uh-oh. Did she
You're
pass? She passed away?
Yes.
Oh.
Sure, well, wait a minute. She was unconscious on the floor. He called 911. They said, "We're gonna instruct you." He says, "No, thank you." Then the EMS came, and they found a pulse. They took her to the hospital still alive. Now, how is he supposed to feel when he was just like they were sleeping in separate bedrooms. Maybe he was sick of her to start with. I don't know what the story was.
Wow.
He was just like, "Oh, no,
But
thank
she
you."
didn't survive. Was she brain dead when she got to the hospital?
Unclear.
But she
The
didn't
family
make it.
told me. Ultimately,
Okay.
no, she did not make it, and he was not invited to the funeral. Her family banned him from the funeral. Girl, it was a mess.
I mean, it is
It
a
was a
it
mess.
is a choice though, isn't it? I mean, you're not obligated to give, you know.
They were together for like 35 years.
Yeah.
Girl, but
Hi,
wait.
Tanika.
Hi, Tanika. Tanika, Imma be a few look, I got a heart out because 'cause I'm supposed to be over at Tanika's house. I'm just telling you right now.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to
Physically or virtually?
no, physically, I am going to Tanika
Oh, okay.
to coochie coo those little babies. Um,
Oh,
they're so cute. Oh my god.
I can
Um,
imagine, yes. We see
but
them.
there was
I
a
love new baby smell.
you know what? I'm super, super not into babies. I'm like, "Oh, I can see your
Oh my
baby from
god.
here. He's cute."
I just love
But
to nuzzle them right, like, oh, the football position, I
you know
love
what?
it.
I will change a baby. I will feed like, I like all the utilitarian things, but just sitting around holding a baby,
Oh my
um,
god. It's the best
we can
sleep.
reschedule if you need to. No, Tanika, we are not rescheduling. We are getting this done. Anyway, I'm just gonna be late. And I hate late. Anyway, I went to another recent family funeral where a member of the family well, first of all, it was agreed that it was gonna be, a casual funeral,
Mhm.
and some key members of the family were I'm so nervous about who gonna see this. We're not wearing foundation garments, which,
What?
okay, that's a choice with your long titties at the funeral. Okay, okay. Far be it
Stop.
for me to judge. People grieve in different ways. And then one relative walked in and saw the urn and fell all out while wearing a short skirt, legs akimbo, in the funeral home. And so we just was looking at all her goodness and mercy. And I was like,
Jesus.
y'all don't have a prayer cloth? Can we get a prayer cloth? You can't, oh,
Mm-mm-mm.
I can't.
That's
This is
embarrassing.
And then another relative wanted to just, it wasn't a relative, it was a family friend, just wanted to sit next to me and talk, how you doing, sis? You know, people trying to keep a hushed tone. This man smelled like he'd been eating doo-doo sandwiches all morning. This was a
Stop
morning
it.
funeral.
Oh my God.
His teeth looked clean, but I was like, okay, it was so good to see.
Oh my God.
Let me tell you,
Terrible.
telling me secrets. Telling me secrets. Don't whisper to me. Don't whisper to
Akimbo
me.
always makes me laugh. That makes
That's
me
my
laugh.
mama's word. That's my
Yeah.
mama's word.
It's
My mother
just
was all the time, my son, you know, and my father would be quick to, you know how she was. She was giving it up out of both draw legs. Like that's my dad.
mm.
But here's the funny thing. Certain people from certain parts of New York, instead of like saying the desk drawer, will say draw, like
I
DRAW,
say
draw.
that too. I mean,
My
it just comes out. It
yeah,
just
yeah,
comes out. It just comes out.
every time my boss says, so we got to go in the draw, and all I can think is draws. Because like I grew
I
up
don't
knowing
know what that is. It's so
we
weird because when I hear
we said
myself say
windows.
it, I'm like, y'all, I'm from New Jersey. Like, I usually can hold it together, but I have a problem with drawer. Uh, and I just naturally say draw. Go open it.
Yeah.
It's in my top drawer.
My boss drops that R and she'll be talking about something. Okay, file it in her drawer. And I'm just in my mind, you put it into my panties. But you know, I try to keep my act right fully installed when at my
Mhm,
work because one time somebody was making a financial, we were sitting around a big table and they were talking about, oh, so and so is making this financial request for X
mhm.
number of dollars. The person who was making the request was a little bit trifling. And everybody knew that this person was a little bit trifling, but they were making this financial request, right? And
Mhm.
so I'm bored. This is 2 hours into this meeting. I'm bored. And somebody says, well, why does he need so much money? And me, forgetting I was at work, opened my stupid mouth and said out loud for God and all the world to hear, well, hookers and blow don't buy themselves.
What?
Girl, I was like, Kathy, you have clearly failed. Shut up, class heifer. Say less. Say
Did
less.
they laugh?
Now,
They took it as a joke. Yeah, they all
hysterically,
laughed. They were
hysterically. I mean, it was only half a joke, but I was like,
right.
I mean, for real though. And then I was like, I have to learn to moderate my whole.
But let me ask you a question. Why is it
Mhm.
such a taboo and why is it so why do you need so much like people like why is it bad for people to it's not bad for people to have cash, don't get me wrong, but why do banks like they you know, why was that even a question? And I know banks
Because
want you to keep every dollar in their bank because they're
right.
using that
No, no,
money.
no.
But it's like,
It was this person's own money, but they needed, if they were going to request cash, they had to meet certain requirements to request
mhm,
money. And so the real question does this request qualify for this kind of, can we give
disbursement
this
or
person
whatever.
out?
Right.
Yeah, right, right. Do they qualify for this disbursement? What is this disbursement for? Why does this person keep coming for disbursements? And I chimed in with
Because they got a
hookers and blow
gambling
don't buy
problem.
themselves.
Oh, they
And
yeah.
some of my colleagues thought that was hilarious. Others were like, why is
Kathy.
this in this meeting, girl? Girl, let me acknowledge these super chats, and then I have to boogie my behind across the George Washington Bridge.
Mhm.
So let's see. Katia Ruiz is a new member. she's a new member twice, or it started twice. Welcome, welcome, Katia. Bria is a new member. It looks like there's a little link thing. I think that means she's a new member of your channel, Real Talk Bougie, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
C. Morales, thank you, ladies, for a wonderful Sunday morning. Listen, normally, for me, church is Fran's Sunday's lip service over there on Real Talk Bougie.
We're gonna gossip today. We are gonna gossip. I got some gossip. So yeah,
Yes,
we did
I
Nesto
love
all evening yesterday. So yeah, we're gonna do some
Ooh.
gossiping today.
I have to get caught up on the latest from Nesto. Tanika 2 cents. Happy Sunday with the 9.99 super chat. And BB Lee 333. Love this collab. Double trouble. No lies detected.
Okay,
Double
period.
trouble. Listen, is there anything else you want to plug, Miss Francoise?
No, just you, that you're so fun and everybody loves you and your
Oh,
smile and the kikis in the morning, just love it early
that's
in the
so sweet.
morning. So I appreciate you. It's fun. It's good to have. I mean, I like, even though some of these topics are so serious, it is nice when when there's even just a little something of a
Yeah.
very serious, tough case that we can kind of
Yep.
kiki a little bit about. It's not fun. It's not funny. The victims' families, I'm sure, are always going through a lot, but I
Right.
know, when you listen to victims' families, they appreciate the awareness, they appreciate the thoughts and prayers and all of those things. Because the
Hmm.
last thing is when something awful happens, nobody knows about it, nobody's talking about it, nobody's trying to help you.
Right.
And believe it or not, social media does help,
Yes.
respectfully, right? But it is nice when you can, when we can have a little, we can make it a little lighthearted so we can help bring awareness, because everybody doesn't always want to hear about a double and triple murder. Sometimes you need to
For sure.
be able to make it a little light so that
Yeah.
you can understand the seriousness of what's going on. So I appreciate that you do that very much.
Yeah.
And because I appreciate that, because I try to do the same thing as well, to try to deliver a little bit of the lighter
The
side.
info. Yeah,
Yeah,
all the
that's, I
info, none
appreciate
of
that
the
very much
drama.
about you.
Kathy, did you paint the gavel? Yes, I
You
painted
did? Let
the
me
gavel.
see.
Wait.
Kathy and her crafts. So
Entertain the
talented.
people. Please hold. Let me see if it's dry yet. Hang on, I'm gonna
Okay.
grab it.
Okay. Let's see. Great show. Completely agree. Oh, thank you. I've been listening. Too funny. Oh, you're from Massachusetts? I have a good friend who lives in like the Boston area. I think she's like Boston, almost she used to live in Rhode Island, then she's in Massachusetts now, but she's originally from Jersey, so um that the accent's a little different, yeah.
Wait, whose accent is a little bit different?
One of my good girlfriends, she actually was from Westwood, and
Ah,
she ended up in Rhode Island, but like Rhode Island on the border of Boston. Oh,
mhm.
I didn't know hand gesture. Girl, I have my hand gestures on my computer, on my Mac, and it
Oh.
does things like that.
Yeah. I'm noticing in chat that I get if somebody asks a question, it now pops up a little question in square
Yes.
in the side.
Yes.
It's new. It's still wet. I have to sand
Nice.
it
I
and
like
repaint.
that.
But somebody sent me a gavel the other day in the mail, to my PO box. Now I'm getting paint on my hands. It's not all the way dry, but I painted it. I might also put glitter on it. I have not decided, but it was hard to see because it was black, and I was like, oh, it needs to pop. So
Right.
um,
Absolutely. A little razzle
it has
dazzle.
yes, it has 2 coats of spray paint. Once it's all the way
Girl,
dry,
you live in
I'm gonna
Bergen County. You don't need to make any excuses. Razzle dazzle is part of the religion.
that's what we do.
Okay. Yes. Girl, get
Do.
that glitter.
Wait. Yes, so I'm like, now my hands are all painty, but that's okay. So yes, the gavel is almost done. Um, So I will be regulating. I will be my Act Right installation team will be in full effect. It will be bedazzled. There was another question on here. Um,
Oh, you're so sweet. Fit mom Miss Zumba for us. Okay.
that's so not we'll go for a walk around the block. You could do a speed walk around the
Yes.
block and just wiggle your booty and everything. You're gonna be good. Wait, oh yeah, okay, yeah, that was the question about the funeral. Glitter and rhinestones. Yes. Look, if real Jersey would like leopard print part of it, we're gonna see. We'll see how it goes.
A little
Look,
decollage. What is it called? Um,
decoupage.
okay,
You
yes, with the glue, and then you
mhm,
put the paper over it. Okay.
mhm,
Yeah, decoupage.
absolutely.
Mod Podge.
Yeah, yeah, Mod Podge. Yes, I have a whole big thing of
I'm
Mod Podge.
I'm a reformed crafter. I
Oh my
I
god.
have a
The
whole
number
entire
of
closet
crafting.
upstairs, and YouTube got me off of crafting, like doing scrapbooks and stuff like that, stickers.
Hmm. Look, at night, I'm sitting here, I knit socks, I have a spinning wheel, I spin wool into I have so much
You
wool
are
that still needs
such
to be
a
spun.
renaissance woman of 2025. A little
Cook, I
social
sew, I knit.
media, spinning wheel, little 1750, baking
I'm
bread. Don't you
traveling.
do sourdough?
Yes, well, I don't do sourdough. I do make homemade yogurt though, but only on Sundays. Sunday is
Oh
yogurt
my
making
god.
day. In fact, I need to make some, and lately I've been doing it with the yogurt that has the extra fiber and without the ones that make you I put psyllium husk in it. What is it? The lactate milk, the lactate yogurt.
Okay.
So I make Greek yogurt, always Greek yogurt
I
because
love
I don't
Greek
like a thin
yogurt.
yogurt. Yeah, I make
I
homemade Greek
like the
yogurt on
thick
Sundays.
too.
Mhm. And I make the kind where you don't have to drain it, like, I make it so that when I create it, it's thick. You don't have to drain it to make it. Child, please, I make everything over here. I build stuff. I do all kinds of things. I created, a raised garden in my backyard and
Mhm.
made it self-watering because I didn't
Oh
like going
wow.
outside to water it. I captured the rainwater off the roof and then created a series of, like, pipes and stuff so that the water it would water the it was ridiculous. Do I have a yogurt maker? Yeah, but I can make it without a yogurt maker. Child, make yogurt in my microwave. I make, yes, homemade dog food, a spinning wheel. Y'all know. Yeah.
Wow.
And I have a collection of super cubes. You know, those cubes you can freeze things in cubes that I used to use to freeze my dog food. I still use them to freeze dog food,
Mhm.
but I've started making freezer meals in my super cubes. That way, my family can have like healthy meals when I'm too busy to, they could just
Could
pull
you
something
grab a
from the
super
freezer
cube
and
for
it's all
dinner, please? Are they individually packed, or is it like enough food for like four? Like, do you do individual
individual,
or do you do
because
family
I make
size?
individual because everybody in my family likes something different. So at dinner time, it's not uncommon for me to make 3 different dinners. I
I
know a lot
hate
of people are
that.
like,
I hate that. I do
I
that all
love
the
it.
time because
I
my
love
husband
it's my
wants one thing,
favorite.
Farrah wants something else, and I'm just
Yep.
gonna eat
I'm a
whatever's
full
left in the pot from the
same,
two of them.
same.
So
Or take a salad and put whatever protein I made, put it on top of some mixed greens and call that dinner. Yeah, but since they were little, I've always done short order cook style. It's like restaurant style over here. Whatever you want, I just make it
there's a
because I like
lady
cooking.
that I watch. I don't know if you know this channel. It's called The Farmer's Wife. I think she's like up in
Yes,
Alberta, Canada. Don't you love her? Like,
I
it's
love
very,
her.
look, don't get mad at me if you go to this lady's channel. It's very cerebral. It's very much voiceovers, but they live on a beautiful piece of property, and they have like an organic, like little micro farm, and she just
Mhm,
talks about homemaking, and she makes yogurt, she makes certain things. She's not 100% I make everything from scratch, but she makes enough from scratch. She makes scratch
mhm.
meals, but all of her food and groceries, she doesn't grow, they don't grow and cultivate everything they eat, put it that way, okay?
Right.
Even though those channels exist on YouTube. She's not, that's not her. But if you like kind of like just that homemaking, like I discovered that when I became a homemaker, I became like a softer woman and da 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 da. She talks about certain things. Like, I don't. you know, necessarily have to agree like completely with everything she says. I like some of her homemaking, her
Yep.
flour arranging, her bread baking, her yogurt. It's kind of cute. It's interesting. I just some of the things about YouTube that I do enjoy is that you do get to experience people in different walks of life. I would probably never
Yeah.
meet this woman in my regular life, but getting to kind of understand a little bit of her and how she's living. I mean, it's nice to
Yeah.
kind of get to hear, other people's thoughts. So yeah, she's a
I
homemaker.
love I love
Mhm.
her, and I love before becoming a farm girl who's a
Mhm.
black lady who does all, like, the canning and the
Okay,
dehydrating
yes.
and all of that kinda stuff in a condo, not a condo, in a townhouse. She has a
Okay.
whole garden with these, like, stackable garden pots on her deck. I'm obsessed with the channel is called Becoming a Farm Girl, and
I
for
have to go
every
check her out.
season I mean, I buy and cook seasonally as well, but, because I like to cook and I don't mind it at all, I literally like today I'll do bagels, I'll make homemade bagels for the week, I'll make Greek yogurt for the week, I'll make homemade pizza crust for the week, and then I'll put together some freezer meals, and then most nights I'll cook, but I
Are your
like
kids
cooking at everybody
spoiled
likes
with your cooking?
yeah. They don't think of themselves as spoiled. I think but when they were little, because I was crafty, my kids would come to me with a drawing. I want a little action figure that does this and this, and I would just, go up in the
You could
craft room
create
and
it.
I would make a lot of their toys. And my son, who was a filmmaker, I would make he would want costumes for the different things, and he got mad that I was not making costumes fast enough, so he learned how to sew so he could make his own costumes.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
sir. Then I discovered he had a green screen in his room and he was making space movies, and I was like, "What is
Jesus,
happening?"
yes.
And at college time, went to school for engineering, which is fine, but I
Right.
was like, "You wanna go to
Because
school
it's
for
that
art?"
technical process. That's how it's yeah, it fits. It fits.
Yeah,
It
so
actually
now
really
he
does.
has an engineering degree, and he's about to graduate with his 2nd degree, which is an art degree. Then he need to
Okay.
bring his behind home and get a job, because 'cause I'm like, "Your brother's about to go to college. I can't afford to have 2 kids in college at the same time." Don't forget speaking of which, don't forget to like and subscribe, because 'cause I'm paying for kids' college.
But you know what?
Um,
That's the profile for AI. I mean, he could be you know what I mean? Like depending on what he decides to do, everything from AI developing,
yep,
filmmaking, so much of what his interests, fit in with those 2 degrees. Absolutely. So,
it's all the things, and I launched a new channel today
ooh.
called my 3rd channel. So I have Gossip, Rumor, and Innuendo, I have Confessions of a Neighborhood Gossip, and
Mhm.
my 3rd channel is Gossip, Rumor, and Innuendo Shorts. It's my favorite shorts from
I think I
GRI.
saw that in my feed. I saw a little something, but I was
Mhm.
like, "What is that?" Because I was trying to click on it because I thought it was gonna do something. So your new channel must have already it showed up in my feed.
Yeah, it's, there's only like 55 shorts on there. I'm still sort of migrating stuff over.
Yeah,
There's over
yeah. Mhm.
2,000 shorts on this channel, so it's gonna be a minute for me to migrate stuff over, but my favorite shorts will be on Gossip, Rumor, and Innuendo Shorts. That channel is gonna be what it's gonna be. I don't know. It'll make money, it won't make money, it will make me happy,
Right.
and that's the most important
It's a
thing.
place
But
for
I
the
do
shorts to live. It's a place for the shorts to
yes.
live. So yeah, it's
Yes,
good.
it's a place
Give
for
them
the
a
shorts.
home.
And sometimes you just want, like, a quick little hit of something ridiculous and true crimey, and, so that's what that
It's a
is.
different algorithm too. So I mean, it's smart.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. So, look, I'm trying to be a business woman, but
Okay.
also so that there will be a lot of news stories because it's holiday time, and I will be spending more time with my family, my in-laws and other family members, lots of family gatherings, lots of work gatherings.
Mhm.
That means Confessions of a Neighborhood Gossip will get a big
Period.
infusion
Ooh.
of new material, because that's where it comes from. I go to a family gathering and they're like, "Girl, well, you heard, did you see?" So I
Let's go
have
in the kitchen because Kathy's over here. We gotta do no, Kathy's
mhm.
over there. Let's go. We'll talk in the
And look,
kitchen.
nobody drives. Like my relatives are my in-laws are all from New York, so they don't drive,
Good.
and I do drive. My husband also drives, so I gotta pick people up. get somebody in the car for an hour-long car ride, child. You're in all the business.
Hey,
I'm
Kathy,
like,
what's going on? You're like, no, what's going on with you? Why don't you
you
tell
need a
me?
ride?
And
You need a
talking to
ride?
that microphone right there,
Exactly. Exactly. So I'm like, okay, okay. Okay. I am going to wrap this up. Tanika, I'm gonna be at your house by 12:30. I gotta go put on some shoes. And I'm gonna grab
someone's
something to
asking
eat.
how long is it to get across the George Washington Bridge? It just depends on what time of
Depends on
day.
traffic. Yeah, and what time of day. On a Sunday, from my house to Tanika's house is probably 15, maybe 20 minutes. Something like that. Close. I
It's
could
how
literally
long is
walk to
George
the George
Washington Bridge
Washington
is
Bridge.
like maybe less than 2 miles. It's maybe a good
6
solid
miles.
mile,
6
mile and a
miles.
half. No,
6 miles. Oh,
the
the bridge itself
actual
is 1 mile
span.
across.
Yeah.
It's 1 mile across. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's 1 mile across. Mhm. Not far. And it's
Yeah.
6 miles from where I live, but it's a
Right.
mile to get across the bridge, and then I'm in New York. And if I drive another 20 minutes, then I'm in Connecticut. Everything is
Okay.
real close
Yeah.
here. Yeah, it's
It
real
just
close.
it seems like it's far because it takes forever because of traffic, but
Sitting in
it's
traffic,
super
but yeah,
close.
it's not far at all.
Mhm.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. Ladies and gentlemen, and gender nonconforming individuals, please, please, please help me thank Miss Francoise of Real Talk Bougie. Make sure now this stream is up twice on my channel. It's in a vertical format and a horizontal format. That's a new thing that StreamYard is doing. It is also on is it on your YouTube, Fran?
I
Where is
started
it?
streaming it late because I was like, flashed for me 2 times, like, "Hey, do you want to stream this?" I was like, "Well, maybe I should." So I started it late. So yes, it's on mine, but
Okay.
it's a little, it didn't. I probably started 10, 15 minutes late.
That's fine. So people can see. Make sure you go and like and subscribe over on Real Talk Bougie. Also, Love Lies and Lace Fronts.
Thank
You
you.
can find me weekday mornings on Gossip, Rumor, and Who is at my front door? Sorry, my Ring doorbell just chimed. Gossip, Rumor, and Innuendo. And after the holidays, Confessions of a Neighborhood Gossip Honey.
Period.
I'm gonna have all that good. Let me see if I can figure out how to end the stream. You know the struggle is so
Bye,
real for me.
everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
Oh wait, let me.
Bye-bye.
Dear true crime friends, we clutch our pearls and laugh again. We all gather round, Kathy has a story to tell, our favorite comedian. Heffa, please, I don't have the free time unless you got the scoop again. Here for the gossip, rumor, and innuendo. I will live for today until the endless heaven buffet takes me away. Hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 hey. The world is filled with chaos muppets that like people to kick the bucket from Idaho, Iowa, and everywhere in between. Heffa, please, boncation in the first degree. Heffa, please, come solve the case with me. Here for the gossip, rumor, and innuendo. I will live for today until the endless heaven buffet takes me away. Yeah.
Come here, not Spike. Come here, bye, not Spike.